Assalamu alaikum. My name is Syed Umar Raza, and I'll be starting the Seerat Nabwi series, and will be the part one of that series for all the people around the globe, not only Muslims but to all the people who want to know and want to understand the life of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and different personalities and different roles which he has played during his lifespan. And I will also be giving different aspects, different perspectives of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as a leader, as a system implementer, as a financialist, as a military officer, and also as a religious scholar. And in this session, I will also be providing you with some of the details related to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, and will also give you a brief history of different religions like Christianity and Judaism, and will try to explain all the three religions that are the most important religions right now, and most of the followers of this world are belong to these three religions, and what are the commonalities between these religions, and all the chain are converging to on Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. So let's start. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was one of the greatest messengers from Allah, and he had two wives. His first wife was Hazrat Sarah alayhi salam, and second wife was Hazrat Hajra alayhi salam. Hazrat Sarah alayhi salam was a daughter of a king, and it is said that Hazrat Hajra alayhi salam was a daughter of a slave. And the chain of the Bani Israel is made to starts from Hazrat Ishaq alayhi salam, who was the son of Hazrat Sarah. On the other hand, Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam, who was the son of Hazrat Hajra alayhi salam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the last prophet, came from Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. So there is a perspective, Jewish perspective is that because Hazrat Sarah was the daughter of a king, so she is superior, and her child Hazrat Ishaq alayhi salam was superior. So Bani Israel is superior than any other, or even Bani Ismail. And there's one more saying that a lot of people, Jewish people, think that Allah ordered Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam to slaughter Hazrat Ishaq alayhi salam. But as Muslims, we believe that it was Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam who was ordered to be slaughtered by Allah, and Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam took him to sacrifice him for the sake of Allah. So we can understand, we can look that how Allah has tested his messenger on multiple occasions, and he always came out successful. And this is why it is one of the greatest importance. He was one of the greatest messengers of Allah. And all the Sharia which Allah has sent on this world is from Ibrahim alayhi salam, and almost the Sharia is same for all the religions, all the books, that Torah, Zabur, Bible, Injil, and the Quran. And what Allah has said in the Quran is that the Sharia is of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and all the people are Muslims. So that's why there is a lot of commonalities and relation between all the three religions. And now, as I have told you that initial things, now I'll be telling you the importance of Sira. The universe, the creator of the universe, has sent his last messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on this earth, and has Quran is the last book of Allah, last word of Allah. So the creator of the universe is actually addressing the his creations. So you can understand that what value Quran has, but we have forgotten the Quran. On the other hand, the Quran is actually the Seeratun Nabwi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has implemented and has made has lived his life according to the Quran. All the rules, regulations, or the commandments of Allah has been fulfilled by Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, as Hazrat Aisha has narrated that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was like the Quran. The implementation of Quran was Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He has implemented, applied the Quran in all the aspects of our lives, from individual to group. So it is very important. If we really understand the Sira, we will be enhancing our lives as not only as a Muslim but as an individual, and we will be doing progress for the globe, for all the peoples of this globe, because we are responsible as a Muslim to take care of all the human beings that are on earth. Not only the human beings, the animals, the creatures, or even the earth and the mountains. We are responsible for all the things as a representative of Allah, because Adam, our father, was the representative of Allah, and we are the representative of Allah. So it is our responsibility to take care of this world and to help the people who are suppressed. So this is our duty. So, but unfortunately, we doesn't read about the Sira. We doesn't read the Quran. We are using the Quran only for getting 10 nekis on every word, or just for barakah, not to understand and implement and make our life better. So we will be discussing it in a different manner. So okay, let's talk about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam now. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the last messenger, and he came from Bani Ismail, and that's why many Jewish people thinks that they were expecting the last messenger from their uh, chain, Bani Israel, but it was from Bani Ismail, so they cannot really uh, bear that thing. It They were shocked actually. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent by Allah on the land of Arab, and at that time there were two superpowers, the Roman Empire and the Persian Empire. They were mega powers, and they were dominant, and Arabs were down. They were not as progressive as the other people, and they were generally merchants, and not only merchants, they were also people who just uh, robbed the caravans which traveled through the areas. They ran and just grabbed the goods and even killed the people. So this is how the Arabs were living their lives. But why Quran was sent on the Arab, and why it is in Arabic? Because the language of Arab, the the language, the Arabic language is so deep, it's so big, that only this language can explain the Quran the way actually which Allah wants to, how Allah wants to explain. And the second thing is that the Arabs were poets, and they were so good in poetry, and they have great communication skills. So that's why Allah has sent the Quran in ayats, and Allah has challenged that if you can bring one ayat like the Quran, then go bring. But they were unable to do that. Now, if we talk about the personality traits and attributes of the Arabs, the Arabs were very good when they were oath keepers. For instance, if they have committed on a certain task, they will do it. Even they will not care about their lives. There was a pact called as Hilful Fadul. So any person who was in trouble, any other is doing harm to that person, they will just try to help him and will support him, and even will give their lives for saving that particular person. They never lied. They were morally and ethically correct on their terms and conditions. They have different issues, like they killed their daughters. They don't like daughters. They fight over just petty issues. They just start fighting with each other, killing with each other, and that fight just went on to different families, to different, and it didn't even end it for 100 years. But on commitments, they were so good. So Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent on the land of Arab. Now, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's grandfather was Hazrat Abdul Muttalib, and his father was Hazrat Abdullah. Abdul Muttalib has 7 sons, and he has he said that I will be sacrificing one of my son in the path of Allah if you give him 7 sons. So he will sacrifice one. And Hazrat Abdullah was the dearest son to him. And whenever he tried to just what he do, he just use a ballot box, write the names of all his son, and when he just pick up the name, it was always Abdullah. But he was so dearest, so anybody suggested him that why not sacrifice camels in place of Hazrat Abdullah. So he just first what he do, he did the balloting multiple times, and on the what he did, he put 2 camels and then Hazrat Abdullah. And when he picked up opened the ballot, it was Abdullah's name. So he increased the number of camels, and on 100th camel, when he said 100 camels and Abdullah, so 100 camels name came out, and he just sacrificed 100 camels. So this is also a similar thing that to Hazrat Ibrahim also sacrificed his son. Hazrat Abdullah also just sacrificed his son. It is similar. Okay, so and the name of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's mother was Hazrat Amna, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he was born, he lost both his parents. For his father was either died before his birth, and when he was 6 years of age, his mother also died during a journey from Medina to Makkah. So his grandfather took care of him, and when he was about to die, he just asked Hazrat Abu Talib, who was the uncle of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to take care of him. Hazrat Abu Talib was the father of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. So this is how it all started. And from childhood, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was so correct morally and ethically. He was renowned for his name Sadiq and Amin. He always keep his promise. People used to uh, uh, give their things to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to keep it and in private, and he used to just take care of them, all the belongings. This, he was so truthful. And you know that when he was about to announce his prophethood, he went on to the mountain and said, if I told oh people, if I tell you that there is a army behind this mountain, it will come and attack you, will you believe? They will say, yes, you have never lied in your life, you will believe. Then he said, okay, I am the prophet of Allah, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I am the last prophet of Allah, and Allah has given you these commandments, please come and do what Allah wants you to do. But they rejected him. So, but he was so correct morally and ethically. And as a child, there's one more thing that uh, uh, people of Arabs, especially the ladies, they send their small kids, 1 or 2 years old, to the village, and there were ladies who breastfeed them when they were infants. This was a tradition in Arabs. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent to Hazrat Halima Sadiya radiallahu anha. She took Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and breastfed him. And one more reason was that the traditional Arabic language was spoken and was taught in the villages of Arabs. So the Arab leaders wanted their children to learn that particular language, the tone of Arabic. So that's why they used to send their children to the village. And Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sent to there. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to tend goats, and also he tended camels as well, but mostly goats in his childhood. So, and one more thing which I will tell you right now, and then we will restart that in the next session, is that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never learn how to read and write. He never knew that how to write and read. This is one of the miracles, that a person who doesn't even know how to read and write is telling you this thing. It really proves that it was Allah's word through Jibreel that Muhammad started talking, because ayah was, because Allah directly sent his Quran on Muhammad through Jibreel alayhi salam. So this is also a miracle. So I have given you the three important things. I have given you the background of Hazrat Ibrahim and Islam. I have given you provided you the importance of Seerat and the early life of Muhammad Sallallahu. In the next session, I will be taking uh, through the next phase of Muhammad Sallallahu life in his childhood and his adulthood, about his marriage, about his daughter, everything. And then we will dive into that particular time frame, his age from 10 to actually 40 years of this 20, the 20 years when he was young, how he spent his life, and then how the process of Wahi started to come. So stay tuned. If you like my video, kindly like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, kindly send that to me. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.